is so awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. So, well, let's talk about Billie Jo Jones. So
Yeah.
tell us about you. What's your story? Where do you live? You live in East Texas.
I do. Man, what's my story? How much time do we have
Well,
today? Do we have
we got all
we
the
have
time
5 hours?
we got all the time you want to spend.
No, I'm just kidding. So I was actually raised by my grandparents since I was one. They are now 90 and 86 years old. And so I was raised on what I call the oldies but goodies. So I grew up listening to George Jones, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, Patsy Cline, Ray Price, all the greats. I grew up in church singing, playing the small local Opries and fairs and festivals around town. Yes.
All right. Hey, music lovers, welcome to Musical Miles Podcast. I'm your host, Byron Duffin, and we are here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Westgate Hotel and Casino in the Zen Lounge. And I'm here with Miss Billie Jo Jones.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here.
Well, welcome. Thanks for coming.
Yes, no, thank you for having me and working with my crazy schedule I've got going on.
You know, I was thrilled when I saw that that you were going to be here in Vegas. I was pretty tickled because we met in Texas at Gruene Hall.
Yes.
You were opening for Jack Ingram.
Yes.
Yeah, how cool was that?
Oh my gosh, that was absolutely amazing. It was so much fun.
That was your first Gruene Hall?
Yes, that was my Gruene Hall debut.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was awesome. That was you really lit the place up. I loved it. It was
Thank you.
We had never seen you perform, but we were there doing interviews for the podcast, and we had interviewed a couple of your friends, some people that knew you, Ryder Grimes and Juliana Rankin.
Oh yeah, love them.
And so we are, they told us, oh, you're going to enjoy her show. So, and we really, truly did.
Aww.
And we really thought
Thanks.
Jack did a hell of a job that night.
Oh my gosh, Jack did amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen Jack several times now. It's the first time my band got to open for him, but I've done some acoustic stuff with him. But he was on it. He was on one
that night.
His band was killing it, and every single song that he picked that night, I thought was just perfect set list. So it was great.
Yeah, no, he did it was a great show. We actually saw Cody Canada and The Departed the day before.
Oh yeah, I heard that was so much fun.
Yeah, and then and his kids opened for him. So Waves in April.
That's so precious.
And that was probably a little different for Gruene Hall because they're hard metal.
Yes, I've seen a bunch of stuff on them,
Yeah,
so that is
yeah.
very different for Gruene Hall. But I'm
yeah.
sure everyone loved it. So.
Yeah, there was some people walking in going, "What is going on?"
Like, what is Gruene Hall doing?
But I'm here to tell you, we've interviewed those boys twice now, and
Aw.
they're really, really good kids. Just really good kids. So,
That is so awesome.
yeah, it was fun. So, well, let's talk about Billie Jo Jones. So
Yeah.
tell us about you. What's your story? Where do you live? You live in East Texas.
I do. Man, what's my story? How much time do we have
Well,
today? Do we have
We got all
we
the
have
time.
5 hours?
We got all the time you want to spend.
No, I'm just kidding. So I was actually raised by my grandparents since I was one. They are now 90 and 86 years old. And so I was raised on what I call the oldies but goodies. So I grew up listening to George Jones, Loretta Lynn, Tammy Wynette, Patsy Cline, Ray Price, all the greats. I grew up in church singing, playing the small local Opries and fairs and festivals around town, and had a lot of fun.
Hang on. No, we're good. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Played a lot of fairs and festivals around town. And then started getting some more opportunities when I was 18 years old. I got to open for Ray Price, which was just absolutely amazing. We became friends and even shared a birthday party together one year. And then I got to attend his funeral, unfortunately. But that man, I'm telling you, that man could sing up until the day that he died. I swear his voice never changed. He was just
my
legend.
dad was a huge Ray Price
Oh,
fan.
love
huge.
him. Love
and
him.
Didn't Buddy Cannon play for him?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
We got to meet and interview Marla,
Oh,
Buddy's daughter.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
sweet lady. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that is awesome.
Met her in
Yeah.
Montana.
That is very
So-
cool.
But anyway, sorry.
But no, yeah. So I did that. I took a little detour and went away from music for a few years. I got married and had kiddos, and then got a divorce, and then started back at it again. So it's just been a really wild ride. But I'm telling you, I've been doing this full time now for 3 years. My band's been with me for 10 years, but full time
Right.
for 3 years. And this year, 2024, I'm telling you, has just absolutely been amazing.
Well, yeah, you were just crowned the emerging artist
Yes.
of
Yes.
Texas Country Music Association.
Yes, yep, that's right. I just
Okay.
won Emerging Artist of the Year with
Yeah.
them. I just had my second consecutive #1 in Texas. I
That's
am the
awesome.
top independent artist out of male or female, might I add. I love to say that, for Music Row chart as well. So it's been a whirlwind. It's been awesome.
That's great. So which tell us what are the titles of the 2 #1 songs that you had on
Yeah,
Texas
my
radio?
2 #1s as of right now are, the first one was Right Now Kinda Girl, and the second one was Some Girls Don't Cry. Some Girls Don't Cry is actually the title track of my first ever country album I just released back in August. We did some vinyls for that, so I'm excited for that.
Fun.
It's also up for Album of the Year, Single of the Year, and Music Video of the Year for the Texas Regional Radio Awards show, and I'm also up for Female Vocalist, New Female Vocalist, and Duo of the Year with Jenny Dale Lord. So yeah, 6 nominations, and
That's
I'm
awesome.
man, the first time ever even being nominated for there. It's
And
been awesome.
when is that?
That's March. Oh gosh, I don't want to lie. It's either the 24th or 25th. I know it's on a Monday in March, so just look for that date.
Yeah.
And it'll be at Texas Live.
And where will it be?
In Arlington, Texas.
It's in
Y'all
Arlington.
need to come to that. And they do radio. Have y'all ever been to it? Oh, it's big. It's big. So Aaron Watson and Wade Bowen and Randy Rogers and Casey Donahue and Pat Green and all those guys are just there hanging out and performing. And I'll be performing on the award show as well.
All great artists.
Oh my gosh,
love
yes.
all of them.
Yes. Yeah.
I haven't seen Casey Donahue perform live yet, but
he's incredible.
Pat multiple times.
Love Pat.
Randy a few times. So
it's a fun time. It's definitely a fun show to even be involved with, or do interviews or whatever. It's fun to be there. Or even if you don't sing, just come out and hang out with the stars that are just hanging out and walking around. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, so what else is going on? So you you writing? You got a bunch of new stuff coming?
Oh my gosh, I haven't even been playing any of the stuff that we've written this year.
Really?
I'm keeping it under my belt because I'm telling you, we've already got probably 12 to 15 songs. I don't know how we're gonna pick which ones are going on the album. I start recording my second album in January.
Wow.
So we've got 12 or 15 songs ready to go, and I got to write with some pretty heavy hitters in Nashville for this next record. So I'm super excited to get that out there, and we're working on lining up some big tours and possibly going international next year. So that's in the works right now too. So we've got some really cool stuff going on.
Well, how do you balance family life and performing and touring and doing all those things? So your youngest is how old?
My youngest is 7.
And the oldest is 15.
She's almost 15.
Almost 15.
Yep. Yeah. I'm telling you, people ask me that all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. I just do it. I've right now my schedule's pretty flexible, so I have control on where I'm going to be, or I try to schedule it around basketball games and football games and horse riding and whatever my kids are getting into. But you can't make it all. No matter if you're an artist or just a normal 9 to 5 hard-working parent.
Not the mother
you can't,
of 4.
Yeah, exactly. You can't make it all, and you try to do your very best. And my kids, they're getting older now, and they understand what their mom is trying to do and trying to make a better life for them. And my daughter even made me a poster. She asked me to stop by the Dollar General one day after school, and I was like, why are we going to the Dollar General? She's like, just let me go in there, I got to get some stuff. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was like, don't spend more than $10, whatever it was. And she comes out and she made me a poster that said, congratulations mama on your first ever #1 song. And I'm gonna tear up now, but it's those moments that make this hard work and lack of sleep so worth it.
Oh yeah. Well, without a doubt. I mean, that's what we all do is we've lived our lives for our children. And our kids are grown and long gone, but those proud parent moments are just they're priceless. So and now I get to have those with my grandkids. So that's the
don't rush that on me. We don't need any grandkids for
you don't.
Give me about 20 years. Okay, we have some work to do.
But no, it's cool to be able to experience that with your kids. Now, what about your kids? Any of them show any musical interest or talent or?
Oh goodness, I wish that I could say that we would be the next Judds or, you know, something like that. But my daughter used to love singing. Now she's older and doesn't care. She could. She has a really good voice. She even sang with me the other day in the car on something, and I was like, Allie, you can sing. Like, we could be the next the Judds, you know. We could do this. She's like, no, Mom, I'm not doing that. So I don't push it. They have their own stuff. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to speak it into existence. My oldest son, he is 13, and I'm telling you, he's going to be a pro football player. I'm just gonna put that
putting
out there.
it out there.
Oh my gosh, he's phenomenal. So
that's cool.
I've got high hopes for him. My 7-year-old is actually high functioning autistic, and he loves music, and he kind of makes up his own little songs. So maybe he'll be a little songwriter. So we'll see.
Well, your 13-year-old football player, he has to be a football player because he's from Texas, right? Friday Night Lights.
Exactly, Friday Night Lights. We're not there yet. We are Thursday Night Lights right now.
When we were down there doing our podcast interviews, and we spent like 2 weeks, 10 days, 2 weeks in Texas, but it just amazes us at the high school football stadiums. The stadiums are just unbelievable.
They are insane.
They're like college stadiums.
Yes, they are. We've been to several, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, it is crazy. Crazy.
But there's just a little bit of that Texas oil money running around down there. So
just a little.
They build those football stadiums.
Just a little bit.
Well, cool. So, so when did you pick up the guitar? And did your I mean, I know you said your grandparents had a great record collection, which my dad did as well.
Yeah.
But when did you pick up the guitar and start playing? I mean, when did it really stick?
Well, I was actually 14 years old. My grandparents bought me my first ever guitar, which I still have, by the way. It's hanging up at my house.
What was it?
It was a Blue Ridge guitar.
Okay. My first one was a Yamaha, and it's I still have it. It's over 50 years old now.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I love it. But they bought me that guitar, and then my dad actually taught me how to play the guitar. He passed away about 8 years ago, but he was still a big part of my life. He didn't raise me, but he was still a big part of my life, and was one of the main reasons that he would throw me up, and we'd go sneak into country bars or restaurants, and I'd be 15, 16 years old, and he'd tip the band to let me go on stage and sing. So he was the bad influence when it came to the bar scene, I guess. But yeah, my dad taught me how to play, and I picked it up, and I played for a few years, and then put it down because it got hard. I don't know. I think I just kind of got bored with it. And then I picked it back up again, and I haven't put it down since. And I'm glad that I picked it back up because I've definitely improved on my guitar skills. I definitely I'm not a guitar player, but I can play the guitar, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So.
No, I understand totally. I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
I played and then put it down, and then but a year ago, and I'm old, right? I'm 64. I'll be 64 next month. But anyway, a year ago, right now, I picked it up and said, I'm going to force myself to learn how to play, and I play every day. So
wow.
I'm not any good, but I still play every day, and I can make some decent noise with that thing. So, but I'll never be a guitar player, but I can play the guitar.
Yeah, I like that.
A little bit,
but
I just love it's so therapeutic for me, and music just is. I don't know how to explain it. It's one of those things that you have a hard time explaining to people how music impacts us.
Oh yeah, and it does. It does so much. I don't know how to describe it or explain it except to write it down and play you a song about it. Pretty much, I guess is how I'd have to do it. But yeah.
Well, speaking of that, and I heard you play the song that you wrote in Gruene Hall about your grandma.
Yes.
And about your mom.
Yes.
In that scenario. Do you want to share that with us?
Yeah.
That story?
Yeah. So I wrote this song about, it's my life story. I was raised by my grandparents because my mom was and still is a drug addict to this day, and I've seen her twice my whole life. And so I had a lot of hurt and anger and pain, and I decided last year that I was just going to let it all out. And I even have a voice recording of this where I'm just boo-hooing and writing this song literally in less than 30 minutes. It came out.
Wow.
And this song is called She Did, but it's my life story about how my grandma took me in and raised me instead of my mom. And that song, I'm telling you, has just impacted so many people. When I started putting it out there to the world and TikTok and Facebook and then playing it at live shows, I even had people requesting this sad, slow song at a honky tonk. They're like, we want to hear She Did. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be playing y'all upbeat music for y'all to dance to, and people are loving it. They want to hear it, and they want to hear my story, and so it's been a really cool thing that my pain, and the heartache that I had kind of turned into an uplifting story. So.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, hats off to you that you were able to turn your life around, and that you had someone there to care for you and nurture you and teach you.
Yes.
So now, was this your mom's parents that raised you, or your dad's?
My dad's parents. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tough story, but nonetheless, you had the love and nurturing that you needed.
Oh yeah, so, I sure did. My grandparents are just absolutely amazing. They are 90 and 86, and they still go with me to a lot of my shows. In fact, they were supposed to be at Gruene Hall.
I remember.
And my grandma was in the hospital for like 3 days with some heart problems, and I was so mad at her. I was like, "What are you doing? You're just trying to steal the show, and you don't get to go to Gruene Hall now." But she got better, and she got to make it to the award show at Billy Bob's. So she was determined that she was going to get to go to that award show, and they were all dressed up and loved it.
Yeah, so, I saw the pictures. That's cool.
Yeah,
that was really
they are
cool.
Precious.
Yeah, they are. They are. Well, and that's another cool venue, Billy Bob's.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So had you played there before?
I've done the national anthem for the award show last year, and I did a contest there of like 8 years ago, but my band's never played there. So
you didn't get to play on the award show at all?
I did. I did on the acoustic part of it. We did since I was emerging artist nominee, I got to sing on the acoustic stage in the show, like back and forth on the stages.
Okay.
So yeah,
cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen a few shows there over the years. Not a ton because I live in Idaho, but I love Fort Worth. First time I ever went to Billy Bob's was I think about the time they just opened. So it's 40 some years ago, probably before you were born.
Yes.
But I'd been in Oklahoma at Horseshoe and School, and I came to Texas and was on the hunt for a job. But the stockyards were a little scary back in those days.
Yeah.
They're not like they are now.
They can still be, depending on the time of night.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
I guess, but it's really not too crazy. There's just some crazy people every now and then, but not too bad. Yeah. Definitely nothing like if you're walking around Broadway in Nashville. That
Lower Broadway can get a little crazy.
Oh yeah, it's I stay away from there.
Even 6th Street in Austin.
Gosh, yes. There's so many cops and stuff out there now, and riding horses, and I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah. But really cool places. If you like music, those are the places.
Oh,
Nashville, Austin.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to go to all of them.
But gotta be my favorite is New Braunfels.
Yep.
Gruene Hall.
Hands down.
How do you beat that?
You don't. And they've already invited me back to play to headline my own show there next year. So we're working on a probably May or June date there. So I'm excited for that.
Oh,
that is
man.
I'm telling you, it's one of those moments where it'd be like I'm hoping one day I get to make my Grand Ole Opry debut, and it'd be like stepping on the Grand Ole Opry stage, really close to that. That's in Texas. I feel like in Texas, that's the Grand Ole Opry of Texas is Gruene Hall.
It really, truly is, because I tell everybody, and people are like, "What, Gruene Hall?" And then when you spell it for them, they go, "That doesn't spell
like,
green."
What?
Yeah, but when you tell them Gruene Hall, and they look at you kind of funny, and I'm like, "This is if you're anybody that's anybody has played Gruene Hall."
Yep. Exactly.
Didn't Jack say that night that he's going to be his 60th?
Yeah.
His 60th performance at Gruene Hall coming up this spring or something.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
That is awesome.
That one artist has played Green 60 times. I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times Lyle Lovett's played it. I'm sure Lyle's played it probably close to that, or maybe more.
Yes.
And George.
Yes.
King George has had to have played it. I don't know. Who knows?
There's no telling.
Yeah.
There's no telling.
But it's
iconic. It's legendary.
It's the same as it was 150 years ago.
They haven't changed a thing.
No.
I'm telling you, they haven't.
No. The floors. We got to interview because we did 3 interviews in Gruene Hall.
Oh man, that's
awesome. And we got to interview one of the bar managers, and so he kind of gave us a little history on the place. I kind of knew about it, but knew the history. But it's such a cool place. I had been there 4 times and had never seen a show till I saw the night before at Cody, Canada. That was the first show I ever saw there. Yeah. And then yours was the second.
Oh, that is awesome.
So it's one we will not soon forget.
Oh, Oh, yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, that was
so much fun.
Yeah, and you jumped off the stage and went wandering around out there.
I did, and I wasn't gonna do it. I was like, man, there's a lot of people here. In my head. This is what happens when you're an artist on stage. You don't think about what you're singing. While you're singing, you're thinking about other things. And so I'm up there. I'm like, well, there's a lot of people here. Am I gonna do this? And I'm like, yeah, I've got to do it. It's my thing. I do that on this song every single show. Like I have to do it. So I did it, and people just loved it. They were dancing with me and high fiving and taking pictures and hugs, and it was awesome.
No, it was really cool.
I love it.
It's really cool. Well, you're a great performer.
Thank you.
You're a great storyteller.
Thank you very much.
And a very talented singer songwriter. So let's talk a little bit about that songwriting process. You have collaborated with some other songwriters.
Yeah, I have. I have.
But you've written a lot of stuff on your own as well?
I've written a few on my own.
Okay.
I really honestly do better collabing with other people.
Okay.
I've learned that through the years. I mean, sometimes like the song she did just came out of me in 30 minutes. But that doesn't happen all the time. But
sure.
I love being able to have someone else there to bounce off, ideas and to fix things a little bit better than what I thought, it needed to be. And
right.
I've gotten to write with some really cool people. I wrote, there's probably 3 or 4 songs on my next album that are all co-wrote by Bobby E. Boyd in Nashville. He wrote God Bless the Broken Road, was one of his big hits.
He's
amazing.
Rascal Flatts, right?
Yeah. He's I love writing with him. I'm telling you, is so talented. But yeah, I love collabing with people and writing things, or if not, people will shoot me stuff and be like, hey, can you help me fix this? Like, I'm really good at fixing things and making things fit or flow a little bit better.
Together. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, we hadn't really experienced a lot with the songwriter deal until this fall. Got invited to go up to the Livingston Songwriter Festival in Montana.
Oh, wow.
And so they actually have 3. They have a series. They have the Rocky Mountain Songwriter Association, and they have Red Lodge, Montana, Cody, Wyoming, and then Livingston. And then there's another one up in Whitefish, Montana, and we went to it. And we did all that like 2 weeks before we came to Texas. And then we went to Dripping Springs. They have a songwriter festival in Dripping Springs, Texas, and we went out there and got to meet Walt Wilkins.
Oh, man, I did a show with him. Yeah. Oh, my gosh, I love him.
He is such a great, and he was going to be on the podcast, and we ran out of time and things didn't work out. But he's committed to do it. We just didn't get to do it.
Oh, you'll love him.
He was leaving for Texas or for Europe on Monday, and that was Saturday before.
Oh, wow.
So he was leaving, and then he went up to Fort Worth and he did that the fundraiser for Tommy.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Tommy. If we're thinking about the same one, yeah.
Yeah, because we were there. We didn't go to Billy Bob's. We were at the Longhorn because they had another fundraiser for the Cloud Covered Sunday.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Steve Helms. Do you know Steve?
I know Steve. Yeah.
And he's playing here.
Oh yeah, I did. I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, he's playing here every day.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he plays here at 4:00 every day. The pre-show.
Very cool.
And we got to interview him yesterday.
That is awesome.
So, anyway.
Very cool.
But anyway, yeah, we got to see Steve there, and of course, do you know Jack Nelson? Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, I met Jack at the TCMAs recently.
Jack is a Teton guitar guy.
Oh,
so
cool.
he's sponsored by those guys,
Oh,
and
very cool.
that's the brand of that guitar sitting in your lap. Teton. It's
Very
an Idaho
cool.
company.
I like it. Okay.
10 miles from my house.
Very cool.
And they've just been so gracious and so cool to work with, and that's the 3rd one they've given me, and we're actually giving this one away a week from today.
Oh wow! So that is awesome.
So share with your friends and family. So
yes.
To follow the podcast.
Okay.
All they got to do is just go in and follow us, and anyway, go to our website. I'll give you a couple of some of those stickers.
Yes, would love to. That is awesome.
And then
Very cool.
we're going to draw for it next Monday, and it's autographed by a bunch of the NFR contestants.
Yeah.
As well as some Yellowstone actors.
Yeah.
Buck Taylor and Mo Brings Plenty.
Yes.
And Dale Brisby. Do you know Dale?
I know Dale. I love Dale. Oh, he is a hoot. Oh my gosh, he's a hoot.
He is a hoot. And he I asked him, I said, would you be on my podcast? He said, absolutely. So I'm probably not going to get to interview him here, but he invited me to come to the ranch and use his studio. So
cool.
So anyway, we're
if you need a tag along sometime for your cool adventures, let me know.
All right. Well, we'd love to have you tag along.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, we need to get you up to Idaho. We need to introduce you to the music fans of Idaho.
I would love that.
Have you ever been to Idaho?
No. Wait. No. Yes, I have.
Where?
Oh man. Hold on, let me think. I do a lot of radio touring, and I don't remember where I'm at a lot of the times because we go to so many places. But I know I had an interview in Idaho, but I do not remember where.
Okay. Well, we're just 90 miles from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and about 90 miles from West Yellowstone.
Oh, I've always wanted to go there too.
Come on.
Okay, we for real need to make something happen. I want to go so bad.
You're welcome. You're welcome anytime. Yeah,
that
you're welcome anytime. Yeah, you need to load up the kids and come to God's country.
I don't know about that.
That
would be really long.
Are they feral or what?
They do. If it's more than 30 minutes away, they don't want to go anywhere.
All right, leave them home.
What is wrong with
you
y'all?
and your husband jump on a plane and come up.
We'll go up there.
And we'd love to show you around because it is pretty.
That is so cool. Yeah. Oh, we're going to make it happen. Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Well, listen, you've been very generous with your time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much
for
making the effort because I know it's been they've ran you around like a
and I just got here yesterday morning at like 7:30, and I leave tomorrow.
You leave tomorrow.
Yes, so it's been crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I love it.
Did you get to watch the rodeo last night?
I did. I went to a watch party, and I actually get to go to the rodeo tonight.
Oh,
I'm going to go be a part of the PRCA media they have going on where they interview the winners and stuff in the media room. So my friend Britt Pearson actually is hooking me up with that. So
cool. So are you going to get to meet Katie Lucas?
Oh, I don't know. I hope.
So Katie, she works for the Cowboy Channel, and I've known Katie since she was a kid.
Oh,
wow. Her dad, her mom and dad, Joe and Shauna Lucas, are friends of mine from Canada, from Alberta.
I'll definitely look for her.
Yeah, tell her Byron said hello.
Okay, I will.
All right, cool.
I will.
We'll be back on the road in just a second, but first, a shout out to Teton Guitars. These guitars are crafted for musicians who live for adventure, just like us. Whether you're strumming in the back of a van or on a festival stage, Teton's warm-toned and solid craftsmanship make every note count. I've got to say, they're the perfect companion for any songwriter or road warrior. Check them out at tetonguitars.com and let them know Musical Miles Podcast sent you.
To win this guitar that I'm going to sign.
There you go. Perfect.
Because this, I can tell you just from the first few strums that this sucker sounds really good.
They make a really nice guitar. I have not had very many people play those guitars that didn't tell me that.
And it's so like, I'm a cheater, and I put my strings close to the fret because my fingers will just hurt so bad.
Yeah.
And it feels so good. It feels great. All right, we'll make it work. I'm going to do, this will actually be my next radio single that comes out, probably in a month or two. But this song is called Can't Take Keith Whitley Tonight, and I wrote this one last year. And it's one of my all-time favorite songs, so hope you like it.
Cool.
Rather listen to a stranger talk about the things that he's done wrong that brought him here. Rather shoot another game of pool, shoot tequila and act a fool than cry my beer. What I need is a fast song. I'm not over you, you got that part wrong. What I see when I don't close my eyes is I can't take Keith Whitley tonight. but I can't take it with me tonight. Not tonight.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
All right. Put
Thank
your signature on there somewhere.
Alrighty.
You can find a spot.
Oh, can I unplug it?
Yep.
Or is it going to pop on you?
Nope. We're good.
I don't want to hurt your ears.
Nope. We're good.
Actually turn it off here too.
Yep.
Go.
There you go.
Let's see here. I'm going to go right here.
Perfect. Yeah, so when you come see me in Idaho, we'll take you to Teton Guitars.
Oh, yes.
They're 10 miles from the house.
Yes.
Yeah, and they have
Gosh,
just
I would love that.
a wall
Nice.
of beautiful guitars. Yeah, so that's spalted maple, solid top. Yeah,
That is awesome.
it's a beautiful
Love
guitar,
it.
huh?
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't let anybody sign the front of it. We had to sign the back of it.
Oh, yeah,
'cause-
don't sign the front.
Yeah.
I hate signing the front of guitars.
Uh,
It just hurts my heart.
Yeah, some of them. I got the first two. I've actually got two that we've covered up that they're hanging in my office. And
Yeah.
they look cool. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
anyway,
I love that.
well, thank you again so much.
No, thank you for having me. I
really
appreciate you working with me. It's been crazy. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
appreciate it.
this is such a crazy week because it's not easy for anybody. I mean,
Oh, I
we're all
know.
kind of running around like
Yes.
chickens with our heads cut off.
Yes,
and so,
for sure.
But anyway, thanks again.
Thank you.
Yeah. So where can they find your music?
Yes, so go check me out. My website is billiejojones.com. It's BILLIEJO Jones.com. You can find all the links to my show schedule and any links to Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, all that good stuff will be on there.
Yeah.
I don't have my show schedule posted yet because we're working on some stuff, and I can't talk about it. So I'm holding off. So just be ready. 2025 is going to be a really, really awesome year. So I'm
Fun.
excited.
Well,
Yeah.
about mid-July is a great time to come to Idaho. So
Okay, we need to put it on the calendar.
You don't even need to bring a guitar because we got a guitar
Exactly.
supplier,
Exactly.
and I got a cool little venue in mind.
Oh, okay.
That really cool.
I would love that. We're going to make it happen.
Yeah, it's called Bone,
Yay.
Bone, Idaho.
Very cool.
It's out in the middle of nowhere, a little ranching deal, and it's
love
cool.
that. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, we
Yeah.
have to make it happen.
Okay.
I'm excited. I've always wanted to go and go see Yellowstone and where else did you say you were right close to
Jackson
somewhere?
Hole.
Yes. Oh, I want to go there so bad.
Yeah,
Oh, that is awesome.
yeah. Come
Very
on.
cool. Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Hey.
you.
All right. Hey, for Musical Miles Podcast, I'm your host, Byron Duffin, here with Miss Billie Jo Jones from Texas.
Yes.
All right. Hey,
Thank
we'll
y'all.
see you somewhere down the road. Adios for now.